So in this video we would like to
present our project.
Before that, let's
Introduce ourselves.
Okay, my name is Nisrina, Athaya, Anjani, and my partner.
I'm Juniar
And
Aisyah.
So enjoy the video. Bye bye.
Books are a source of information that can broaden our histories on issues such as science, business, society, culture, politics, and other aspects of life. In addition, reading can help change the future and improve the intelligence of our minds and hearts. We have two books called Japanese Political Economy in Southeast Asia, Domination and Constitution of Domestic Actors, and Theory Talks Other, World Expert Conversations Other about International Relations Theory, 21st Century. Hereupon, I will explain the details of the contents and synopsis of these two books. For clearer information so that you are all interested in buying them. Let's look and hear carefully. The first book, Japanese Political Economy in Southeast Asia, Domination and Constitutions of Domestic Actors. Historically, Japan's international political policy placed the United States as a political patron, where strategic policies, both economic and political, are always placed in the US and Japanese perspective, including in this case Japan's global politics in Southeast Asian regions. Therefore, good relations with the US are very important for Japan, both politically and economically. Japan's condition that lost in World War made the country nicknamed the Rising Sun lose political supremacy and economic superiority. Therefore, the alliance with the US, in addition to being motivated by the concerns of history losing the war, is also a political strategy as well as a pragmatic economy. However, since the end of the Cold War, Japan has shown more independent efforts in its international economic political policy orientations. One that seems obvious is Japanese foreign policy in the Southeast Asian region. Japan's attention to countries in the Southeast Asian regions has actually been built for quite a long time since the end of the war period, as well as quite serious effort after regional integrations with the initiations of Association of South Asian Nations (ASEAN) organization. The second book, called Theory Talks, World Expert Conversations Other about International Relations Theory, 21st Century. This book considers diversity a blessing. The positions in this book looks at each perspective, revealing a different reality. Here there is a recognition that reality is not singular. There is even multiple reality, depending on how you look at it. There is also a plural way of reading in the study of international relations. Each proposes a way of understanding and each tries to give an understanding. The meeting agreement between Aya and Aisyah after class ended in college. Aya is on her way to approach Aisyah, who is busy with her studies. Before that, she ordered something delicious to be their study companion. After approaching and meeting face to face with each other, they talk about the tasks they were doing. But unfortunately, Aya and Aisyah lacked books to study and look for related references sources. Therefore, they decide to find the book they want. Because, coincidentally, usually on university, there were students selling used and new books around university. After Aisyah and Aya left, it turned out that the intended sales come and offered her books to people around. She also discussed the reason why this book will be very useful and informative for sustainability during international relations student lectures. The first book is an example that the study of international relations is still showing diversity. The theorists interviewed a total of 3 people, proposed different problems to think about and solve, each prioritizing certain issues in the relationship between human groups in various parts of the world. Each of them considered that proposed to be the most meaningful for the answer of the solution. Each of them emphasizes his own way of thinking or perspective, even simultaneously with other identifications. The second book is based on research in discussing Japan's international political economy, especially change in Japan's foreign economic habits towards countries in the Southeast Asian regions. This book is a further study of several authors who have studied Japanese foreign policy. However, this book in the hands of readers tries to trace Japan's foreign policy, change the role and polarizations of domestic political actors in the process of making foreign political policy towards Asia. So, basically, books are a rich source of knowledge and can provide in-depth information on various topics. So, certainly, students need to buy books for student needs. Unfortunately, the students who were offered were less interested. So, the bookseller went out and said, coincidentally, Aisyah and Aya came. And then they sat and they negotiated about the price and the details regarding the book. After conversing, they finally bought the remaining 2 books. Arriving, they immediately read part of the book they bought earlier, and then they commented on the book.
This book is really good, since this book is written by historical way, it make it so perfect. It started from when Japan's get their freedom, until now, and it's so really good, as you guys know. The seller said is the quality of this book is really great, and then the way the writer write the book is really perfect. We could understand the book easily Also, remembering this book is a further studies. It's make all the way book stories is really match. And then this book itself is trying to research about all about the political Japan's overseas, and that's why you guys should buy this book. It's really perfect.
It is true what the salesman said about the book entitled Theory Talks Discussion of World Expert on the Theory of International Relations in the 21st Century, in which this book has a very complete and very informative explanation. I like how the author's style in this book. Maybe some people will think that the book is very boring, but with an easy to understand writing style makes this book very interesting. I also really like this book because it has a clear structure and very interesting discussion. This book also tells about examples that the study of international relations still show diversity. If I had to highly recommend this Theory Talks book for both undergraduates and students, because this book will really help us broaden our horizon and understanding, of course for students and Bachelor of International Relations.